What's going on, everybody? What's up, RuneScape.com? It is your boy Ojama Garrett, and I have a little challenge that I want to do, like 100 tier lists, just to see where it takes me. These are pretty popular content. We'll just see what kind of things we can unpack here. I created this folder where I have all of these different ideas. So today I spent like a good half an hour, 45 minutes, just sitting here, just writing out 100 different tier lists that I could do. And we're going to just do the first one that I thought of, and that was bronze tier list. Now, that's what kind of started this, is that, like, it's random. Tier lists do really well for me. And it would be really fun, and it's a challenge, and I'm just kind of, like, crazy. I like doing, like, pushing myself and stuff. But bronze, what triggered this idea is that, like, tier lists are just always good. But bronze items, I have 20 accounts doing, like, experimental flips. And they're actually doing, some of them are kind of interesting. I could show the accounts, but I'll just kind of talk about what I found and stuff like that. So let's just hop right into this. We got the bronze two-handed sword. So a lot of the nuances for bronze, I'll just talk about it when we just look at the items. Okay, so bronze two-handed swords, they buy pretty quickly. So in terms, I'm like looking at C tier here, but like in terms of like all of the bronze items in a vacuum, this is not a bad item. So like for free-to-play players, if you want to flip something or another alt and you're really looking for items and stuff like that, bronze items do have some picks that can kind of do stuff. It's not so bad. Whatever, you know, like they don't have a lot of volume, but because of that, you can get some pretty nice margins on them. And if, you know, I was able to about like get these for, I don't remember if it was like 35 or something like that. I was able to sell them for like over 110 or whatever. But the main thing that bronze items bring is collector value. A lot of people collect bronze items. Now, some are more popular than others, but the two-handed sword would be one that would be collected. So most bronze items you can get on the Grand Exchange, and collectors are in high demand for these. I don't remember like what the current prices are, but when I've asked people around like that, I've been able to see prices like 100 plus. You can get some of that, but if you're going to sell to a bulker who's going to supply to a collector in general, I think they'll buy off you for like 80 or let's say 70 to 90, I think. And they only accept like large, or I don't know. It depends on who you're buying and selling to or whatever, but I'm pretty sure those are kind of the prices, but if I'm wrong, you can correct me down below. So now we got the poison arrows. These are all pretty much going to be D because they can sell for some money, you know, because there's not a lot of demand for them. So like that one person who needs the random poison for whatever, the accident buy or something like that, you can get like probably a sale for like 5K or whatever like that. But for members items, that is not worth your time. If this was free to play, definitely would be a lot more worth your time. Plus, it'd probably be used. It'd be kind of fun to see this in free to play. Actually, I would like to see poison arrows. Would be kind of cool. Add a little bit of complexity to the free to play PK. But as of their state right now, they're just kind of booty. So we have bronze arrows, and I'm gonna put this up in A tier. For bronze items, actually, let's just say S tier. It's going to be one of your better items. For a free-to-play player, bronze items or bronze arrows will flip and make you a nice, consistent profit. You will make like so it's the limit is 7,000, I want to say. So if you take that times 6, you can make roughly like 42,000 to 84,000 potentially the high end a day, depending on if you get a 1 or 2 GP margin on them. Most of the time, it's going to be 1, and you will be able to get a decent amount of arrows every single day. I'm not saying it's going to even be close to 42K some days, but some days it might be. You never know. But it is a decent. It's a decent passive moneymaker, and it totally blows out most of the other bronze items, just in terms of just like ease of flipping and stuff like that. So bronze arrow tips, I would put in A as well. Well, yeah, like this would be kind of worth your time to sell. I'm not sure when you'd be building bronze arrows. Most people would be like, whatever. I guess for the first fletching levels, that this would have sort of a demand. So I guess it's not that bad. But I have the instinct to put it in A, but I kind of feel like it might be B too, but I'm not 100% sure. So axes, actually, I'm going to put it A because I see tools being collected quite a bit more often than other stuff because they even have a lower buy limit than most of the other equipment. Pretty sure this is like 40 or something like that. But yeah, bronze bars. Well, actually. I was about to slap it up in S tier just because of the amount of volume and stuff like that, but like I'm not. This is more of an item you'd buy and hold, and I guess you could make some money here, but like I'm not. It's got a lot of volume and stuff like that. I just don't see a lot of people using it because the early smithing levels are like usually skipped, or through like Knight's Sword or whatever. You know what I mean? Like this is like not a very commonly used item. And I kind of wish Jagex would like. There's like. One of the problems I have with MMOs and stuff like that is like useless junk, and like bronze is supposed to be the first tier of a skill. And there's one thing they have just random junk that you find like spawning and stuff like that. This is just one quick tangent, I'm sorry, but like I wish bronze had a better use case. There's not even really reason to use it to train. It just doesn't feel like it fits in the world whatsoever. But yeah, anyway, so. It's a lot of volume, but I'm not going to put it in S tier just because of that. So battle axes are kind of C. Really easy to get, really hard to sell. I know people can buy them for collectors, but in comparison to everything, all of these are going to have collector value. So just compared to that, it's just not going to be very good. You got the poison bolts down here, same reasoning as the arrows. Bolts on finish is going to be B. It's not going to be that bad. They got an okay volume. You can make flips on them, and like they're kind of like they're less than 50 with like a I want to say 20 to 100k per day volume, and I think you can get like maybe like a 3 to 5 margin on them. And it's a members item, so there's not a lot of competition for it. So if you want to try that out, it's not going to be like horrible, but there's a lot better flips out there. And yeah, I have trouble like keeping this in the scope of bronze, but yeah. So bronze darts, I will just put high A just because it's not as good as arrows, but you'll have less competition. But most people are using iron bolts when it comes to training range at the very early levels. Bronze boots, going to be C tier. Kind of junk. Like I said, I'm sure there's collectors out there and stuff like that, so maybe I'm a little bit ignorant on this item. I'm more well-versed in the free-to-play items and stuff because that's where I'm putting some of my experimental units. But yeah, it just said be what it be. So ogre arrows, I believe these are brutal arrows or whatever they're called. I think they're they don't get really built, but you know what I mean. This might have just a specific niche collector out there, but just in terms of everything else that's collected and like compared to the rest of the list, it's gonna be a lot harder to move these. So you're gonna have more of a time and labor commitment trying to find collectors. The bronze shaded body, I'm gonna put that in the B tier. It's pretty easy to buy, and it does sell sometimes. So you can keep a close cycle on the Grand Exchange, though it's pretty rare. Claws, they're pretty rare too, so I will just drop that in the D tier. The crossbow, so let's see. Okay, I don't know why, but this is different than the normal crossbow from the free-to-play, but I'm gonna just include them together. And I'm just gonna put it here just for a new day one moneymaker as well. The crossbow at the range store in Varrock, for some reason, sometimes just randomly sells for like 400 GP or 300 GP or whatever, and you can sell maybe like 10 to 50 of them a day. And I don't know about the bronze crossbow, probably not the bronze crossbow too much, but we'll just pretend this is crossbow as well. You can get that motherfucker for 70 GP, so like an early moneymaker for like new players and stuff like that. You could go over there, pop some of those, get a couple hundred of them, and you can turn like 7,000 GP into like 20, 40, 50K. And that's a pretty cool way to get started without really any skill requirements. Just something to let cook on the side while you're like doing other stuff. This is going to be kind of butt because I don't know who's going to buy that. Crossbow unstrung. So you could have like a super low demand on it, so it's going to be just super booty. So yeah. Oh yeah, I should have said this in the beginning, but whatever. But this is in terms of flipping, but maybe I should be talking about them in overallness as well. So you got the bronze dagger besides swag. Poison ear. The bronze dagger, poison. Big swagger value, but it's not going to move. The bronze dagger is going to go up to S tier. This is one of the most highly sought after collector items in the bronze category. That's why I'm going to put it there. A lot of people love bronze daggers. They love them. They love them. They love them. They'll eat them up. And they're super cheap usually to get on the Grand Exchange. And most bronze items usually sell for about the same GP in the bulker market, if I do remember correctly. So a lot of these are going to be poison darts. So I'm just going to slide those down there. And then we're going to put like high A, probably a head of bullets on the bronze bolts or bronze darts. Usually you can get like a 2 GP, 2 to 3 GP margin on this sometimes if you hold them. It's a lot more common to get 2 or 3 GP on this than the other items, so maybe I actually should slide it up to an S tier. It's just the problem with the bronze bolt is it's really low volume, so it's a lot slower than the other darts. But in the context of bronze, really strong item, member item, not a lot of newbie competition. Same's going to go for the bronze dart tip. This is just something people may grab for whatever early level training, because it's just really quick, whatever, stuff like that, you usually get some pretty decent margins on this. This is the two-handed axe. I'm just gonna slide that down in the booty range. I don't know if you can you trade these other players? I'm not sure. I'm unsure there, but if you can't trade them, I don't know. If these are tradable, cool. But I don't think these will. It's butt. I'm pretty sure it's just butt. So we have the bronze full helm. This is gonna go high B tier. You can resell the GE kind of okay, so you can keep it close cycle. You don't have to find customers and stuff like that, but it's just another really easy getting bronze item. Okay, now we got gold helm trim. This is going to go into our B tier because let's just grab them all. If we just grab all of our bronze, which is legs and skirts, you could do combined flips with these, okay? So like if you're free to play, whatever, you can collect these and then combine them and then make like 40 to 60k per set, and that's not horrible. It's going to require a lot of slots, but it's still not horrible, you know. Just another passive buy. Okay. Bronze helm T. I don't think. I mean, I'm pretty sure the same. What is it called? The same. The rule would apply here, but I'm pretty sure it's just not as good as margins as the gold trim from normal trim. So it's a little bit worse than the gold trim from when I've tried it out. The Hostas, not going to be very good. So Hasta La Vista dropped down to the D tier. Same with the Halberd. Bronze javelins, I want to say. One of these are poison. These are poison. Whatever. Can't see the tops. So there's a thing you can do with bronze javelins, but it's like kind of a barter method where you go buy them from the store and then you can sell them for like 20. You can buy them for like 5 or like up to 10 or something like that. They increase. I was just looking this up because I was just like, yeah, I think you can do it. I think there's a store that sells them. Let's just look at it real quick. So there's you can buy these here. There's 900 here at the Ranging Guild, 500 here, whatever. This one only goes up by 0.1% per buy. So you can purchase them at yeah. So you can buy them for or sell them for like 22, so you can make like a 18 GP profit there, roughly. So let's say 16 to 18. No, let's say 14 to 18. And looks like they're pretty consistent there at that spot. So bronze javelins, kind of okay, but you got that kind of bot method. Bronze javelin heads, I don't really know where they come from, but I'm gonna have just the instinct to say they're probably butt. Bronze kite shields are going to go up in the A tier because they sell really well in the bulkers market. Plus, they sell kind of okay in the GE. So the poison throwing knives here going to go down here. But the normal bronze throwing knives, again, most people are going to be using iron. But, you know, they have a decent enough volume that you can make a decent flip with them. They're not that bad. Bronze libs, probably butt. But we'll just throw up in C tier just because they technically have a value. Nah, it's just they don't. They're probably butt. The medium helm is going to be high B. It does not resale on the GE well, but it is an easy one to get, and it does resale. Bronze longsword, same thing. It is an easy one to get, but it does not resale very well. This is a poison. There's a lot of poison bronze items here that's using up a lot. Bronze mace, really easy to get. Does not sell for shit on the GE, so it's kind of butt. The bronze pickaxe I will put up here, and I'm going to slide up the bronze axe as well, because the bronze pickaxe and the bronze axe, they both fall into that same category of really low buy limits, so people are highly after these tools. So they have a really good, I see them all the time on collections and stuff like that. People are really after this and other sets of tools, so I like them a lot. Bronze nails, you're going to see, let's just look these ones up quick. Market scanner, bronze nails. I want to say that these will flip okay. Yeah, close to 1 million volume here, and as you can see, they fluctuate from 4 to 8. So close to 1 million volume. That's probably going to put it into an S tier. With, you know, it's a members item, not a lot of competition compared to free to play. Sorry, my nose is dry. Gosh. Okay. 4 to 8 margin, pretty damn good. No tax, close to 1 mil. Pretty good for like not a big cash stack, etc. You know what I'm saying? And well, not a big cash stack, but compared to everything else, this is a really good item. Bronze plate bodies, I want to put this up high A because of collector value. Pretty decent volume. Most people who are making bronze plate bodies or are making bronze items are making bronze plate bodies. They have like a 200,000 daily volume, so they do move. Most people are selling them, but they still sell really well, and they buy really well, and you can usually flip them on the GE if you really wanted to go that route. So we're going to put that trim, or is that, no, these are normal plate legs. Normal plate legs, I believe, they're not as good. So I'm going to put them at B, just for the same reason. High B, because they do resale, but they're whatever. I'm not sure what these are, so they're going to go to D. Plate skirts, same thing as plate legs. I'm not sure. Oh, these are spears. Spear, probably not very good. I'm sure people are collecting these again, but they're going to go into butt or extra garbage, poison garbage here. So now we got the bronze sets here. And I'm curious. I want to put them at B just because, like, maybe we can get them cheap and then split them up. Let's say, like, let's just look that up. That's an interesting thing to look up. Bronze set. Oops. I clicked the wrong button. Whoops. Accidental flex. Bronze set. So 600. Damn. I was going to say, maybe we could split these up and then sell them like as collector items. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that would be a good way to get bulk, but nah, I don't know. So maybe this isn't that good. Combining them doesn't seem worth wasting your time over. So I'm just gonna put them down here, but you could probably do that to make like a little bit of money. Well, that would be an interesting video. How much can we make doing that? How much can we make combining these? Because these are 600 GP, and if we could pick up the sets for, let's see, how much you'd have a full helm, you'd have the kite shield, you'd have the plate legs, plate body, full helm, kite shield, plate legs, plate body. It's 4 pieces. So if we got them for like 50 GP each, 200 GP with a 400 GP profit, compared to all the other things in the game, probably pretty butt, but you never know. Throwing axe is going to be kind of butt. Bronze swords, I'm going to slide them up here. I love swords. Okay. I love swords. I'm not sure how popular they are, but they're going up there because of that. I don't think they resell on the GE very well, but the bronze scimitar, bro. I miss my fucking green stack, or my 1 mil stack. It was like, I don't remember how much it was. I miss them, but people love bronze scimitars. You can buy them, sell them, because people are buying, they're training on GE, so they do sell, whatever. But this is like a very highly sought. Simis are very, very collectible. Bronze warhammers, probably going to be the lowest of. They're going to be like right where warhammers are. They're really easy, or battle axes are. They're really easy to get. They have a collector value, but they're not very sellable at all. Bronze wire, actually low key. You can get them for like 200, and you can sell. You can get them for 200. You can sell them for like 8. Okay, but it's like 6,000 volume or something like that. So it's like, And I'm trying to just keep it in the rules, like bronze item tier list in the bronze item realm. So like it's hard to do that. So like, because it hurts me to say that this is a good flip then, because it technically is. So the show should probably end up there. But it's just, is it really worth your time? Probably not with a member, in that perspective and stuff like that. But compared to a lot of this other stuff, it's not bad. So bronze square shield doesn't resell well. It does not resell well. Actually, okay, I just remembered. It does not resell well, but it is collected, so it's like C, so you can buy that for collector. But Dragon Mask, probably not very good, and the Poison Hostage here. There you have it. There is the bronze tier list. Maybe I could do the 100 tier list, 100 days of tier list or something like that, but I'm going to crank these out because this is going to be fun. Just keep content coming while I work on Road to Max Plat and other stuff. So yeah, thank you very much. Please check out my links down below. Subscribe. Have a nice day.